Stop drowning in strategies that don't work. If you've been trying to scale your business while balancing family, clients, and life and still feeling like you're falling behind, this one is for you. So a little minute ago, I was running a community market research call around a coach wanting to do 20K a month. He has some clients already, he's a fitness coach, and we did a little cool private training, and I wanted to gift that towards you so that you can answer the question of how do I become more productive? How do I get more done in less time with least amount of effort as possible, and ultimately grow and scale my business so that I can have the life that I want to have, not only for me, but for my family as well. So in this training, I'm going to walk you through the exact steps for you to how to get disciplined, stay focused, and create a productivity system that scales with you, even if your life feels like chaos right now. So if you're ready to break free from the busyness trap and unlock true progress, hit like, subscribe, and stay tuned. And we're going to cut through the noise and make it happen. And I'm going to gift you this training. I know that Eliot, the guy that we did this with, took a lot of takeaways, so I'm super excited to give it to you as well. And with that said, we're going to get into it, and we'll see you in the rest of the video.
You know, having access to the free school group that you gave me access to, you know, eventually maybe one day down the road would love to work with, you know, your program.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Yeah, so what I'll do from here is I'll get you some trainings that will be really helpful for you. I definitely already have one actually on the YouTube side of piece that will be in a good spot. But then more so for where you're at now, more so specifically, do you have any lingering questions that you're like, hey, I really want to ask this question coming into this call, or do you want me to just kind of dissect what I'm seeing from
Not really. I mean, not really like specific questions. I mean, sometimes I struggle with like trying to do like too much like extra stuff, you know, like I always, you know, would like to meditate, read, you know, certain things like journal, like certain little extra things that, you know, people say are like so valuable, but, you know, staying consistent with those things is hard. And I don't know how much of a difference it makes. You know, and, you know, I don't know how much of like it's pulling me away from like actually working. Um, but other than that, I mean, really, I think the biggest thing I've been struggling with is, you know, just like being productive and focused throughout the whole day. So yeah, you could just, you know, feel free to just kind of dissect with, based off what you're seeing.
Yeah, I'm just making a note here. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. So, being productive or increasing your time and energy management is recognizing that there's both an internal piece and an external piece towards this. We call it in neuroproductivity inner work and then outer work. And then like my pillars of coaching is like inner work, outer work, and then accountability to follow through on it. So we have that, but with the inner piece, actually we'll start outer. Outer, we got to look at it as like your energy is going to be different, whether you like it or not, or whether you feel like, hey, I can follow through. I've got the mindset to follow through. The science is outer wise, your energy is going to be better in certain periods in the day, like 6 till 10 a.m. is generally, not everybody, generally when people have proactive attention. So this is when you want to get your best work done, calls, etc. This is when I do my scripting for YouTube, any scripting for Instagram, any other deep work, like all my client success systems were built in my proactive time. Then you can have your active energy, which is maybe 5 to 6 a.m., like that first hour when you're waking up, as well as I would say from 11 up until 1. And then you're going to have another block around 4 till 5, or sometimes for people it's 5 till 6. And then outside of that, you have your inactive energy. This is like your button clicking, just going through emails, going through messages kind of energy. This is when I actually train at the gym. So I'm either training Muay Thai or I'm training weightlifting, whatever suits me in the moment. But that's when I do it because I know my energy is not that great for work. So I'm either doing exercise or I'm learning then. So that's the first step with that. The next step with the external piece is how you're breaking down your tasks. So if you tell yourself content creation or go do DMs or whatever that is, valid. If you have a decent system behind you, you can be somewhat productive. But why is McDonald's such a massive franchise? Because they have a recipe for success for every single person that works for them. Do this with this amount of ingredients at this time. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Everything has a step-by-step process. So the way that you can increase your productivity is by really mapping out any action item to a point where it's like, hey, if I wasn't here right now, could somebody else go and do this for me? Also known as standard operating procedures, but I like to call them recipes for success because they're more fun and it makes it more exciting creating them. If it's not exciting, I don't want to do it. I'm the world's laziest person, I swear. Like, I just try and make everything as easy as possible so that I can do it in the least amount of time with the least amount of effort, but still get the most amount done. So that's a key part. Another thing in your outer work is eliminating distractions. For me, when I eat, it used to be comedy shows. It would be training videos back when I was like 12 kilos heavier one time ago. But yeah, we got to cut that out. It's got to be business focused stuff because your brain has decision fatigue as you go throughout the day. There's only so many decisions that you can make as you go through the day. And also, if you switch yourself out of business mode and into family mode or into bodybuilding mode or back into like whatever that is, it's going to be harder for you to switch back in. Like I set a really hardcore boundary with my partner. I was like, hey, I can't talk to you throughout the day because it just distracts me too much. So she knows that. And then when I spend my time with her, I'm able to be way more present. I'm not thinking about business. I'm like, hey, I'm here with you and I'm the partner that I want to be in that relationship. So eliminating that is key. Then we've got the inner work. So the inner work, something you said is like, hey, it's kind of hard for me to shift these habits. If you tell yourself something's going to be hard, Eliot, is it going to be hard or is it going to be easy?
Hard, of course.
Okay, sure. So the first thing that we need to do is understand, well, what's the language that you're using around the things that aren't going the way that you want them to go? Yeah. Like it might be like, hey, I'm not sure how this appointment set is going to go, or hey, I haven't figured out my client acquisition yet, or I haven't got my habits dialed in, or this is hard, or this is hard, or this is hard. Like we want to really work out where are you inconsistent with your language, your thoughts, your feelings, with who you want to be, that 20K a month self. Where are you inconsistent with him, with your language, with how you're acting in your business, with how you're feeling, with how you're operating, working out where are we inconsistent and listing that out. Then it becomes a bit of an action plan of how do I change these things. Are you tracking with me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So then it becomes a piece of then it becomes an aspect of changing your identity. So if we look at, there's something called DILT's index. So identity is at the top, then we've got beliefs and values, then you've got your capabilities and skills, Then you've got behavior. Then that changes your environment. But everybody tries to change their environment first. That's like while I'm out here in Bali, like the amount of people that you meet out here are like, I came out to Bali to travel and find myself, and they're just lost, getting drunk, like still empty, like have no idea what they're doing in life. And that's because you, in order to change, you make a decision on who you want to be, and you understand who you want to be at the core, and then you do everything in your power to become that person, whether you're in an environment in Bali or whether you're at home with your family. It's always, who am I becoming? And focusing there. So what I would do from here, Eliot, is I would, step one, I would create, I would journal. It could be ChatGPT journal, or it can be whatever you need, but asking yourself, who is the person who makes 20K a month and has retired his wife? Like, who is that guy? Get really crystal clear on it. Then you're going to say, well, what are the thoughts and beliefs and values he has? So we're kind of working down the index here. Third is, what is the capabilities and skills he has? And then once you have clarity around that, you want to be asking, coming back to the inconsistency question, where are you inconsistent with that? And then from there, what are the immediate boundaries and non-negotiables to set? And then from there, you want to track it on a habit tracker of some sort. I wouldn't call it a habit tracker though. I would call it future self tracker. Because if you can frame it like that, rather than just thinking it of a habit, you're thinking, hey, I'm using this to move towards the person that I know that I can become. And I'm also, every time I tick it off, it's like, okay, I'm that person now today. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Was this helpful?
100%. This is good stuff, man. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome, bro. You're welcome. So yeah, this is what we do. So typically with my clients, do this, but they get accountability, they get my one-to-one support with it, and then yeah, we also do a lot of deeper stuff on the inner side of things. But
love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, this is definitely a lot of foundational stuff to get them really into momentum.
100%.
This is mostly what. And if you enjoyed that video and you really want to learn more about what it's like to work with me, then all you got to do is book in with a call down below. It's a roadmap call. I can't guarantee that we're going to be a good fit, and I turn more people away than I say yes to, but the worst comes to worst, we can just do a little market research community call, just like Eliot, and we can help you out, change your life. So with that said, appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.